Good evening. Welcome to the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, John F. Kennedy High School commencement ceremony for the class of 2022. Before we begin this evening, I'm going to ask everyone if you could please silence your cell phones at this time. And we're going to begin with our national anthem, then after that, the Pledge of Allegiance, and then a solo by Dwayne Pollard, 11th grade student of Lift Every Voice and Sing. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lift
Let's give Dwayne another round of applause. He has such a beautiful voice. At this time, I would like to call to the podium Dr. Terrence Menifee, building principal.
Good evening, parents, family members, faculty, community stakeholders, John F. Kennedy alumni, our network leader, Aaron Frew, board member, Dr. Schrader, Dr. Buddy, and Ms. Moxon. And on behalf of our CEO, Eric Gordon, and especially our graduating class of 2022, John F. Kennedy High School, I bring you greetings. Dr. Terrence Menifee, principal of John F. Kennedy High School and 1988 alumnus. And it gives me great pleasure and honor to present the class of 2022. Let's give them a round of applause. This has truly been an arduous journey over the last year and a half, particularly due to the pandemic. This group of graduates has worked extremely hard with overcoming issues and obstacles, such as starting from face-to-face learning, to remote learning, to hybrid, then back to face-to-face learning, and finally face-to-face in our brand new beautiful building at John F. Kennedy High School. However, despite everything that this group has been challenged with, they were able to oversee and overcome and see it through. So today, let me express to you, I'm very proud of you, class of 2022. Thank you, and Godspeed.
Thank you, Dr. Menifee. The next two individuals that I will introduce to you are really great students. And when I say that they are really great students, they are responsible and they also have self-discipline. First, we will introduce our salutatorian, Ms. Jordan Alexander.
Good evening to all families, parents, friends, classmates, faculty, and staff. I am Jordan Alexander, and I am John F. Kennedy's class of 2022 salutatorian. As our senior year is coming to an end, we all ended up at JFK for different reasons. Some of us have been here since 9th grade, while others are new this year. Regardless of the reasons, we were all destined to be a part of John F. Kennedy High School class of 2022. I came to JFK in 11th grade because my former school, Whitney M. Young, merged with them. I can finally say that I got my true high school experience because Whitney M. Young was a small and tight-knit school. At Whitney Young, I attended school with kids that I've known since elementary. It was nothing like knowing your surroundings, but I have discovered change is good. I am appreciative of the opportunities that I experienced at JFK. While at Whitney Young, I learned the true meaning of the saying, blood isn't always family. Since coming to JFK, I have built so many new relationships, and I am grateful to say that the JFK class of 2022 are my brothers and sisters. The last 2 years for all of us hasn't been ideal due to COVID. I am sure at times we were confused, scared, distracted, and discouraged. Going to school remotely, we faced so many challenges. I am thankful that we were able to have in-person classes for our senior year. It's nothing like being able to hear your friends and your teachers. We persevered, and we are now at the finish line. I would like to thank all of our educators for pushing my schoolmates and me to be our best selves, as high school isn't always easy. We all have different talents, strengths, and weaknesses, but the staff of JFK worked hard to help us become the best that we could be. We know we could always count on the staff to uplift us and love us. We all have our own favorite teachers and bonded with them for different reasons. Each teacher and faculty member that I worked with played a special part in my life and development, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Because of the wonderful staff, I was able to create another home. I'll always remember everyone who pushed me, stood by my side, and made me feel welcomed. Without the teaching of trusting in God that I learned from my late grandmother, I wouldn't be where I am today. I would like to thank all my teachers, advisors, mentors, program directors, family members, God, but especially my mother. My mother, I love you too. My mother always let me know that I could do whatever I wanted and set out to do. Without her everlasting constant support, I don't think I could have come this far. Fellow classmates, I enjoy my time with you and my time serving as JFK's class of 2022 Vice President and transition to being President. I know all of my classmates will go on and do something great, and I can't wait to see what you guys do to better this world. I wish you nothing but the best. This isn't the end, it's a closing of a chapter, but also an opening to another. In the words of Kendrick Lamar, live your life, live it right, be different, do different things. Thank you.
Thank you, Jordan. At this time, we're going to hear from our valedictorian, Shania Blair.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Shania Blair, a proud 2022 valedictorian of John F. Kennedy. I want to thank all of you for being here today to celebrate one of the most significant moments in our lives. We are ending one chapter of education and beginning a new one today. High school was a milestone we had to overcome, and I'm proud to say we did it. As a reward, tonight we will walk triumphantly across the stage to receive our hard-earned high school diplomas. However, we did not do this alone. I would like to first thank my hardworking mother, who managed to get 3 out of her 4 kids so far through high school. She taught me to be the strong, independent woman that I am today. Next, I would like to thank all my friends and family members who gave me that extra support. I would also like to thank the teachers at John F. Kennedy High School who developed heartfelt relationships with us and did their absolute best to help us succeed. I want to thank the staff members too, to whom we would go and vent our frustrations. They allowed us to cast our problems on them. We could sometimes laugh it off and find solutions. I would like to thank the administration at JFK because without them, the school would not function properly. Our principal and assistant principal went through a lot, yet they came to work every day of this school year, and we, the senior class, deeply appreciate this. I want to further thank the loving late Miss Bernita Ashford. I did not get to spend much time with her, but the time we had together was inseparable. We joked, laughed, talked, and always helped each other out. She was not just my coach or teacher, but she became a family member, and I know she's looking over all of us. May she rest in peace. Lastly, I would like to thank all the parents who passionately and steadfastly work with their children who were sometimes not easy to work with, like myself, to get them from preschool all the way up to high school graduation today. During middle school and high school, I loved to keep myself busy. Keeping busy was a coping mechanism that I used to handle the challenges of my teenage life. But keeping busy with average academics was not enough to bury the mental stress of life or build my self-esteem. So I enrolled in honors and advanced classes, but that was not enough either. So I would join every sport or social program that I could. I joined over 10 different extracurricular activities and earned many awards, yet that still did not satisfy me. I looked down on myself. I felt as if I could not do anything right. My mental health went up and down through these past 4 years, but in 2021, when I started at this school, I noticed a positive change within me. The adults would talk highly of me, and I started becoming a big sister to the youngest students. This changed my whole viewpoint of myself. I started noticing my worth and value, and I finally loved myself. Luckily, I did not fall into a pit and get up on myself when I was at my lowest. What is the lesson? The lesson is this: to surround yourself with those who take you to the next level. For us to be successful in life, we must internalize our optimism about our futures. Always remember that the people who come into our lives are there for a reason, season, or lifetime. We cannot always choose who is involved in our lives, such as family members or those who are in our classes with us, but we can choose our inner circles, those who are closest to us. So as we move into the next chapter of our lives, we must choose our inner circles wisely. Additionally, we must make sure to keep our auroras balanced and remain peaceful within ourselves. Part of this includes surrounding yourself with people who are positive, hopeful, and peaceful too. Another part of this is forgiving others for our own sake. Leave all the high school drama in the past and let us cleanse our bodies of the negativity as we mature into adults. Finally, let us make sure that we treat others well, because what goes around comes around. Also, make the right choices, because as adults, there is responsibility that comes with the decisions that we make and consequences that comes along with those decisions. Once again, I really appreciate the moral, physical, financial, and emotional support in this room. This room is full of love and joy. I must also thank all the graduates. We are the reason we are here today. We have worked hard these past 13 to 14 years. We overcame all the obstacles in our way, and we fought until we got here today. The drive we have in our souls is immaculate. I want us all to go far in life and be the most excellent versions of ourselves that we can be. Let us prove to the world through success of our futures that graduates of John F. Kennedy are more than potential. We are bona fide success. Congratulations once again, and thank you.
Thank you, Jordan, and thank you, Shania. At this time, I would like to ask Russell Williams to approach the podium. He will introduce our keynote speaker.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Russell Williams. Our senior English class had to read Daddy's Wisdom by Bashir Jones as an assignment. Ms. Peterson chose me to be the student to introduce Mr. Jones because I had great interest in the book. I mean, everyone should read it. I think that Daddy's Wisdom will help and motivate a lot of people. Some of my favorite concepts that mentions in the book were staying consistent and never giving up through challenging obstacles. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Bashir Jones. Not yet. Bashir Jones is an impassioned leader, motivational speaker, and spoken word artist with a positive message of empowerment and change. Born in Brooklyn, New York on October 25, 1984, and later transplanted to Cleveland, Ohio as a child. He graduated cum laude from a distinguished Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia, in 2006 with a degree in African American Studies. He later pursued graduate studies at Howard University in Washington, D.C. Bashir understands that true success is giving back, which is why he decided to travel back to Cleveland, Ohio, where he became the youngest news talk radio show host at Radio 1. Bashir has been interviewed by Time, Jet, and Essence magazines, and has been a guest correspondent on CNN, MSNBC, and CSPAN. Bashir played an important role in the city of Cleveland during the 2008 presidential election by hosting several Barack Obama rallies and held one of the largest youth voter registration drives in the city. He later became the regional field director for Organizing for America in the Democratic National Committee during the 2012 president campaign. Bashir's dedication and commitment has enabled him to publish his first book, entitled I'll Speak for Change. He is the president and founder of the Bashir Jones Foundation, as well a proud member of the NAACP and Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. He has received various awards and recognition for his accomplishments, including the Emerging Leader Award from Congresswoman Marsha Fudge and the Urban League Distinguished Men Award. He is the creator of the Be the Change Leadership Series, in which Bashir facilitates leadership and character development workshops within various school systems throughout the state of Ohio. He recently delivered a powerful, heartfelt TEDx speech at Cleveland State University entitled, Changing the World One Young Person at a Time. Bashir's in-depthness and passion to serve his community propelled him to run for City Council in Ward 7. In Cleveland's 2013 election, his love for his community pushed him to run again, and his persistence paid off. On January 1st, 2018, Bashir Jones was sworn in as the first Muslim city councilman in Cleveland's 200-year history. With his compelling, soul-stirring delivery, Bashir continues to bridge the gap between the youth and the elders by sharing his life experiences with words that inspire and motivate all who hear him. His dedication for speaking on behalf of the voiceless has allowed him to travel throughout the country and international circuit, delivering his inspirational message of hope and change. Mr. Jones is a devoted community servant that strives to live by the affirmation that we trust, be the change that we want to see in the world. May I introduce you, Mr. Bashir Jones. You're welcome. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Appreciate you. First and foremost, we thank the Creator for another day of life. Despite what's going on in our lives, it's a blessing to have life. If you are grateful for life, make some noise right now. Make some noise. Blessings. To the CEO, Eric Gordon, to the board members of the Board of Education, to Dr. Menifee and his team, to the senior class team for inviting me, my beloved Mrs. Roebuck. You know, I graduated from high school 20 years ago. I graduated in 2002, and to be here 20 years and be in front of you today is, man, we blessed, man. We really are blessed, man, to have another day of life. For real. I start out with some poetry, and then I would like to say a few words, and then we go. Now, if I tell you the truth, it may hurt at first, but in the long run, it's going to be best for you. And if I lie to you, it may feel good at first, but in the long run, it won't be best for you. Who would you rather? Somebody said lie. You said truth, right, brother? All right, good. I start off with this poem. The sky told me to tell you that it's tired of our balloons. The earth said that it's tired of drinking our liquor. The telephone poles whispered in my ear as I was walking down St. Clair that it wasn't made for teddy bears. The streets is tired of our blood. Can't even go to the grocery store without fear of not making it to your tops. Hug your pops, because it's a possibility that he can get popped. Can't even shop without that thing on your waist. Afraid to send our babies to school. Nah, you gonna do it online. Because the dude's mind might be offline. His hate make him want to off minds. Damn. Does anybody love black skin? Damn. Does anybody love black men? Shooting babies as they rest. Or walking out of his shoe store. The amount of black girls still missing. I miss the old days when we would go and get advice from grandma while she was in the kitchen. But nowadays, grandma twerking on TikTok, clock goes tick-tock, and this life is just a pit stop. So sit and stop and reflect on life. To make it this far, we blessed. And I can't front. Living in Cleveland is stressed. So much death. And you are the only hope. So dirty, but you are our only soap. No joke. What's worse? The Buffalo shooter or teachers that teach black children that their history began as slaves? Class of 2022, you brave to walk these cold streets of Cleveland and behave. At any time, your wallet or your life can be taken. And as soon as you leave your house, mama start prostrating. Lord, please keep my baby safe. The Cleveland Remembrance page is our ABC. I just pray that the babies get a chance to see their ABCs. But boy, oh boy, it's something about you. Yo, there is no way I would have logged on to a computer for class. For real, I wouldn't have passed. Or come to school having to wear a mask. That's a task. But you are giants. Brilliant and resilient. You did not let your depression stop you. For some of you, you didn't let the sexual abuse stop you. For some of you, you didn't let single-parent households stop you. No resources stop you. The hood stopped you. Nothing held you back. You are something else. And for real, you gotta be made from something else to graduate through all this drama, to graduate through all this trauma, to graduate from some of y'all mamas and families. Some of y'all can understand me. Boy, you make Dr. King proud. And we don't need no more young thugs, more like young King Tuts, because diamonds in your mouth don't necessarily mean that your heart is shining, just mean your teeth is grinding, inner light is blinding, and if you can follow it just like the North Star, just follow it. And it will guide you. It will guide you. A reporter said, "Ain't you from St. Clair?" I heard there ain't no saints there. I said, "I'm from 79th to be exact." Well, most young boys, they carry straps. In most houses, they call them traps, where even the cats look stressed out. Where everybody rap and want to be the best out. We all love the hood, but still hoping to be the next out. But it's tic-tac-toe. I just don't want to be X'd out. And we don't care about your DM. Rough Riders roll on you in the AM or the PM. And we don't feel protected from police when we see them. So they become our sworn enemies, and I wouldn't want to be them. GM, that's if you get to see the morning. Most young boys die, don't even get to see the warning. It's a daily tsunami, but still, my brainstorming around a bunch of wannabes swarming. I'm from down the block where Jesse ran, where Langston wrote, where you and I met, where Malcolm spoke. Where those riots, they made Huff choke, where Dr. King helped us with Carl Stokes. I'm from Cleveland. The place where Superman was born, around the corner where Ruby Dee will perform. Yeah, I'm from St. Clair. It ain't no saints there, but for sure, God's people survive. In Glenville, they been real. That's God's people like Israel or Ghana, complexion of Botswana. Some of us drown in poverty, we piranhas. In Collinwood, they looking for peace, Dalai Lamas. But down the way, give me that peace, give me that llama. Blam, blam to anyone who disrespect the fam. They was ready to jam for that bread. On Kinsman, they come for your head just like a barber. On Superior, they got more choppers than your barber. A life for a life. These young boys, they like to barter, but they killing babies and killing ladies. These boys gotta get smarter. And on Harvard, they just making it harder for the young father who's just trying to go farther. And those boys from the heights, I wish they could see at greater heights, turning suburbs into hoods. These boys got poor sights. Shooting guns like it's a county fair. And you know, a county fair gets you a teddy bear. But out here, it ain't no county fair. It ain't fair. You shoot guns at other family rapping poles with teddy bears. Y'all don't hear me. This is Cleveland. Thank you so much. Thank you. You are something else. For you to be able to make it this far and the obstacles that you have faced, no generation before you could have accomplished it. You are the absolute great of our community. You are the greatest creation from our community. There is no way. Because we understand as spiritual people that God does not give anything to you that you can't handle. So the fact that God didn't give it to my generation or the generation before it and gave it to you is a sign of how spiritually special you are. I want you to go on the journey with me real fast, okay? Everybody not going to be able to go on the journey. I just need you to stay tuned to what I'm saying. You are a spiritual being. You know, it's a beautiful quote that says that we are not physical beings going through a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings going through a physical experience. You must understand your young people, but if you don't understand what they are dealing with, then you're going to always think that black and brown and poor white babies are inherently animalistic. But you got to understand the why. The first E, is environment. Let's take two dogs. We're going to take a dog from Solon, all right? And we're going to take a dog from Martin Luther King Boulevard, right? Which, anywhere you go in the country, Martin Luther King Boulevard is the black community, by the way. But anyway. So now this dog from Solon, about this big, his name's Smoochie. He got the new Jordans. If he goes missing, $20,000 if you find Smoochie. He got better insurance as a dog than human beings. We live in a country where the life of animals are more precious than human beings. But the dogs that come from where we come from, his name is Rufus, Optimus Prime. We feed him hot sauce, gunpowder, hot Cheetos. You could be walking on the other side of the street. You pose no threat to the property that Optimus Prime is guarding, but yet and still they want to jump over that fence to get you. Even the cats is mad. The squirrels don't even run no more. Pigeons, you got to walk around them. Even the animals are affected by the environment. Now imagine the impact of the environment on our young people, where they live in a box and we wonder why they can't think outside of it. The next E is exposure. How many of you have walked into somebody's house and when you walked in, it smelled like death when you walked in? Okay, that's your house. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's your house that I'm talking about. Why is it that when you walk into the home, you can smell it, but the people in the house can't smell it? Huh? Because they're used to it. And if you stay there long enough, what will happen? You're going to get used to it too. We see so much death in our city, it doesn't even bother us no more. Where lives have been relegated to a t-shirt or names spray painted on a home. But the question I want to ask you is, are you ready to live before you die? Because many people are already dead before they have taken their last breath. Are you alive? Are you alive? Do you feel that passion every time that you wake up in the morning? I was talking to one of my students, how you doing? It's mad. What's so wrong? Why are you mad? It's the Cleveland face. It's when you know somebody from Cleveland. It could be 80 degrees outside. It don't matter. They're looking like that. I'm like, what's wrong with you? She's like, it's my regular face. I said, this ain't your regular face. Why are you so angry? We are angry growing up in this environment. So the fact that you fought through these things and you continue to move forward and you continue to come to school and with everything that was standing in your way, you continue to come forward. I want you to know that you are the definition of living. You are living and you are the definition and the example. And what we have to do as a community, I want to speak to your family real fast. We have to become a community that jail is not our rites of passage. That we don't throw bigger parties for people who come back from jail, bigger parties than we throw for our graduates. We have to become a community where education is placed on the top of the totem pole. And if we do not do that, then our babies are going to do whatever gets our attention. You know that. How many parents we got in here right now? Oh yeah, okay, to the parents. Yeah, you know that. To the parents, I want you to know that it's imperative that you hug your babies every day before they leave and you let them know that you love them. You saw the situation in Texas, 19 parents, or mothers and fathers, 19 parents sent their children to school only to get a phone call that their babies are dead. In Buffalo, grandparents went to the store only to come out there was a man who traveled because of a heart full of hate. He goes and he slaughtered these people. The fact that you still got your babies is a blessing, man. Because there are parents who are burying their children every single day. The best investment you can give is to your children. You know that already. I'm not even talking about y'all. I'm talking about y'all cousins and them. Tell them this. It's imperative that the best investment is your children. And you either pay now or pay later, but you're going to pay. Because our babies is truly a gift from God to us. I'll close with this. You know, this is this beautiful movie called Lion King. You seen this movie before? You shook your head. You know what I'm talking about. Lion King. Simba is next in line to be king or queen. You know, there's always messages in music and movies if you just pay attention. So Simba is the next leader in line to take over from his father. But there was an individual who hated Simba more than anybody else. Who was that? Scar, his own uncle. Let me tell you something. Your greatest opposition will come from either your families or people who look just like you. They will be your greatest opposition. As you read through the Bible and read through the Quran and through any spiritual books, these are books filled with family issues. Brothers killing each other, families fighting one another. So we understand that this is a reality. But some of you, in spite of the verbal abuse that you have experienced, some of you have experienced sexual abuse and physical abuse, and I'm telling you that I thank you for not choosing death. Because so many of our children, they leave this earth, they murder themselves, they kill themselves because they believe that tomorrow won't be no better than today. I'm telling you, thank you. Thank you for not succumbing to those thoughts. Thank you for not succumbing to the death that's around you, the death in our music, the death in our media. Thank you for being a shining light in the darkness of our city. Thank you. I appreciate you. So Simba is kicked out of Pride Rock by his own uncle, and he meets Timon and Pumbaa. Now you may say Timon and Pumbaa was his friends. I'm telling you right now, they wasn't his friends at first, because they understood the law of the survival of the fittest. They're like, look, we don't only meet around here. If we don't trick this lion to believe he's something that he's not, we dead meat. So now you got this big old lion swinging from vines talking about Hakuna Matata. What lion does this? You see, you ain't no threat being nobody but yourself. But you are a threat when you are walking in your full purpose. God created each and every person in this building for a specific purpose. And your purpose is as unique as your fingerprint. I close with this. Simba then meets Rafiki. You see, in our lives, we either got Rafikis around or we got some scars around. And I want you to be the type of person that when you meet people, meet them as an empty cup. Allow them to pour inside you, because you don't know nothing. Don't think you know. I know, shut up. You don't know nothing. You can fill a universe with what you don't know. And the moment that you recognize you don't know is the first step to gaining knowledge. To gaining knowledge. Because knowledge don't mean nothing without wisdom. If you're smart enough to put your GPS on, then that means that you can trust somebody that's been there before you've been there. Huh? So you and I all have GPSs in our lives, and I want to say thank you to the GPSs. Thank you to the mothers and the fathers. Yes, fathers, man, you absolutely necessary. Thank you to the mothers and the fathers and the aunties and the uncles and the grandmothers and the grandfathers and the neighbors. Thank you for giving that love to your babies, because the love that you put in your baby will allow that child to become an adult that you don't have to repair, because it's somebody's baby who felt unloved that's killing one of our other babies. Oh yeah, this is very important to understand, that it's imperative of what you put into your children will manifest in them as adults. Many of us are living our adult lives trying to make up for what happened to us as children. We spend the rest of our adult lives. So I thank to the community that stood with these children, to the educators who are here, to the teachers and the educators. Thank you for your dedication, because anybody know that you don't do this for money. For real. It ain't worth it just on no money. They don't get paid enough, believe me. So the fact that they have given their lives dedicated to you, and just as aggravating as it was for you to log online, I can imagine how aggravating it was for them. Because now you got 20 boxes you got to look at. This person digging up their nose, this mama walking past right here, this one right here is not muted. That was a struggle. And they stayed in it. They stayed in it with you. So we thank them. I'll leave you with this. On your way to the top, all you hear is critics. But once you get there, all you hear is crickets. And all my doubters, now they clapping, saying to me, Bashir, I always knew that this would happen. No time to waste. My team, they needed a captain. So while they making excuses, we was making it happen. But please hold the applause. They wasn't focused on my strengths. They was focused on my flaws. They just wanted me to fall. But now from the top, the haters seem so small. And now I can finally see It wasn't about defeating them, I had to beat me. Some people, they ain't like my decision. The eagles, they ain't meant to fly with the pigeons. The whales don't swim with the fish. To get to a championship takes more than a wish. It takes more than a gift. And I can't explain it all right now, it's too long of a list. But the majority, they told me that I couldn't. They said, Bashir, you from St. Clair. They told me that I wouldn't. The fruit is on the shaky branch. They told me that I shouldn't, but I did what I did because it was in my soul. Life is a play. You know I know my role. You want to be a champion? That's your goal? Well, you better know it's going to be a rocky road. The word you'll hear more than anything is no. They say, Bashir, you way too vocal. I said, nah, the problem is y'all way too local. God didn't make this earth for me not to be global, so I plant seeds, because I don't believe in a vasectomy. Life is a game, and if I was the referee, their hate is foul. It deserved to tech to me. Game on the line, gotta hit this free throw. Silence the crowd, find my inner peace, bro. At the same time, find my inner beast, bro. You can't be a champion and please the people. So, salam is how I leave you. My brain is a weapon, it's so lethal. You can't be a champion and please the people. My name is Bashir Jones. Pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you.
Mr. Jones, on behalf of the graduating class of John F. Kennedy High School, we'd like to present to you a token of our appreciation for this evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I love y'all. Thank you.
Wow, powerful words. This evening, let me share with you a little bit about eagles. Eagles have a wingspan of 9 feet. Eagles can withstand the storms of life when other birds run for shelter. The eagle allows the storms that life throws at them to lift them higher in the sky. You know that you are an eagle when you can withstand life's storms. Despite what our nation has endured over the past several years, our students have been able to persevere through all of life's storms. And at this time, we would like to share with you just how they have done so. Mrs. Roebuck, could you please join me at the podium?
Greetings to our senior class of 2022. JFK faculty, parents, families, and distinguished guests. Congratulations on a successful school year. It has been a pleasure to serve you as your head school counselor, and now I am even more excited to present to you scholarship information, the top 10, and also the Say Yes recipients. I just want to tell you how much our Eagles soared this year in scholarship dollars. Do you know that this small class at JFK has earned over $1,600,000 scholarship dollars? Let's give them a round of applause for that. 1 million, over 1 million in scholarship dollars. So that is a tall, tall feat, and you guys have succeeded. So I am so proud of you. So many of you are going to top universities such as HBCUs, Wilberforce University, Cleveland State, Baldwin-Wallace, Tri-C. So many of you are just doing military, so we are super proud of you guys. So now, I am excited to present to you the top 10 students in this senior class. Top 10 is a distinguished honor. It means that you have the highest grade point averages in your graduating class, and you've demonstrated academic excellence throughout your high school career. So congratulations, and continue to soar like the mighty eagles that you are. Without further ado, I will now present to you the top 10 students of John F. Kennedy High School class of 2022. Number 10, Emmanuel Tompkins. Number 9, Shamia Steele. Number 8, Anaya Robinson. Number 7, Dream Bell. Number 6, Micaiah Clark. And number 5, Kobe Ocasio. Number 4, Crystal Hansard. Number 3, Shakila Brown. Number 2, Jordan Alexander. And number 1, Shania Belair. And now I will turn back over the podium to our assistant principal, Ms. Crump.
At this time, I'm going to ask Dr. Menifee, Dr. Shradar, and Dr. Buddy to please join me at the podium for the certification.
At this time, I would like for all the educators on stage and also here to stand to be recognized. Faculty, administrators of John F. Kennedy, if you could please stand to be recognized at this time. And I would like to thank you for your service in this last 2 years at John F. Kennedy High School. Thank you so much. You may be seated.
This is the formal part. Good evening, everybody. Before I get to this, my name is Nigamant Sridhar, and on behalf of Chair Ann Bingham and the rest of my colleagues on the board, I bring you greetings and congratulations to the class of 2022. I also want to share a personal apology. I walked in late. That was not respectful to you, but I had to deal with a family emergency, and I got here as fast as I could, but I'm sorry that I walked in late on your special day. With that, I want to reiterate a couple things that you heard today from your classmates. Jordan said persevere, and that you learned to persevere at JFK, and that's the only tool that you're going to need to keep going really, really far. And Shania said surround yourself with people that will tell you the truth like it is, and that's the other tool you'll need. So with those two things, you have no brakes on your life. You can go as far as you need to go, and don't take no for an answer from anybody. That's the right you've earned today. So with that, let's get to the formal part. Dr. Menifee, Ms. Carmen Jones-Peterson, and John F. Kennedy High School faculty and staff, do you attest to the fact that these students have satisfactorily completed the requisite course of study prescribed by the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, the Board of Education of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, and the Ohio Department of Education?
I certify that all students on this stage today have met all the educational requirements of the state of Ohio and the Cleveland Metropolitan School District and have passed all required parts of the Ohio graduation and Ohio State test. These students are now ready to receive their high school diplomas.
Then on behalf of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District Board of Education, I have the high honor to bestow upon you, members of the John F. Kennedy High School 2022 graduating class, your high school diplomas, along with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Okay, now what you all have been waiting for.
Emmanuel Tompkins. Shamia Steele. Anaya Robson. Dream Bell. Micaiah Clark Williams. Kobe Ocasio. Crystal Hansard. Shakila Brown. Jordan Alexander. Shania Blair. Let's give a round of applause for the top 10 once again. Now our two other distinguished guidance counselors will continue. I'm going to call up Ms. Barnes and then Mr. Hudson.
Xavier Stubbs.
Brianna Johnson.
Sydney Benson.
Deasia Black.
Lavosha Callahan.
Malik Cole.
Diasha Crockett.
Brianna Carter.
Brian Brazil.
Jamir Bell.
Denaya Marie Amy.
Marcel Coulter.
I know. It's because my camera's bigger. Right. Yeah.
Elijah Delaney.
Michael Lee Farmer. Zamaya Hemphill.
Devin Grisette.
Jairaya Hill.
Marshante Gordon.
Chase Gilliam. Yazaria Gant.
Kylie Eggleston.
Cherie Dashani. Kendasia Kennedy.
Travion Martin.
Markel Morris.
Jada Petty.
Javion Rimbert.
Saripsy Pinnock.
Destiny Perry.
Michaela McCrary.
Marvin Lumpkin Jr.
Jada Jones.
Diamond Nicole Sales.
Taiwan Tyson.
Lashana Ware.
Russell Williams.
Jacob Williams.
Montana Wilson.
Mercedes Walker Murphy.
Ramari Wallace.
Chanel Nicole Smith.
Brianna Reavers.
Kellyanna Hill.
Ray Sean Wiley. Put your hands together one more time for the class of 2022.
At this time, I'm going to ask Dr. Schrader to please approach the podium.
On behalf of the Board of Education of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, Mayor Justin Bibb, and Chief Executive Officer Eric S. Gordon, I wish to congratulate the young men and women of John F. Kennedy's class of 2022, their parents, and their families.
At this time, I'm going to ask Ms. Jones-Peterson to come forward with the motor bar ceremony.
Good evening. After today, I will no longer refer to you all as my students, but I will refer to you as fellow alumni, as I am graduating class of 1991 from John F. Kennedy High School. At this time, I ask that Senior Class President Jordan Alexander approach the front and center floor facing your 2022 classmates. Jordan will demonstrate for her classmates. The tassel is worn on the right side of the mortarboard as a symbol of change. I hereby declare the John F. Kennedy High School class of 2022 to be graduates of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. You may now move your tassel to the left side of your mortarboard.
Thank you, Ms. Jones-Peterson. And now we will have our students sing the alma mater.
Our future.
Graduates, at this time, you may be seated, and I'm going to ask Ms. Roebuck if she could please come to the podium.
We will be remiss without acknowledging our Say Yes Scholarship. The Say Yes Scholarship provides students with free college tuition all 4 years. I'm gonna say that again. Free college tuition all 4 years. So the goal of the Say Yes Cleveland, the goals are to increase education levels of Cleveland residents, to boost and retain population in the city of Cleveland, improve college access for middle and low-income families in Cleveland, and spur economic growth and expansion in the region. I am pleased to inform you that we have 22 Say Yes Scholarship recipients. So let's give them a round of applause. Let's talk about Cleveland Goes to College. So now I'm going to turn over the program back to Ms. Crum. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Roebuck. I'm going to ask Ms. Jones-Peterson to please join me at the podium. And on behalf of the graduating class of John F. Kennedy High School, we have some tokens of appreciation that we would like to give to our members from Central Office. So Dr. Buddy, Dr. Shridhar, Ms. Moxon, and Ms. Frew. These are just small tokens of appreciation for your support this year. Now, Ms. Jones-Peterson, please do not go back to your seat because we have a surprise for you. If you could return back to the podium. And I'm going to ask our student leaders to please approach.
We just want to thank you all again for coming here today to celebrate this important moment with us. And we have a special gift for Ms. Peterson. She was our senior advisor this year, and we just deeply appreciate her.
On the behalf of the 2022 graduating class, we just want to say thank you for everything and that we love you.
So they're like my mom. They're telling me I have to open it here. Oh, goodness. Okay. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Oh, it's a jewelry box. And it says, Miss Peterson, we love you, class of 2022. This is beautiful. Thank you, guys. I love you all, too, so much.
Let's give Ms. Jones-Peterson a round of applause. She has worked so hard this year with our seniors, and we just really appreciate and love her. At this time, class of 2022, ladies and gentlemen, we share in this celebration of your children's achievements. At this time, we're going to ask if you all could allow our graduates to exit, and this concludes our commencement exercises.
It's like you're looking through a telescope.